I'm hungry.
What's that? Huh. Radio. What's going on with that radio?
Oh, never mind, it's 4 bags of chips. Hey everybody, who's ready for a battle?
It's the battle for the weirdest Lay's flavor! In the absence of a Lay's flavor promotion this year, your friends at the Divinity Crate have scoured the corners of the world to find 4 Lay's flavors truly out the ordinary, each one a worthy challenger for the title of Weirdest Lay's Flavor. From shrimps to coconuts to lamb skewers and honest-to-goodness fruit, be prepared to see ingredients here you would never ever see anywhere else!
Alright, that gag was totally worth it. Hey Stumps, how you feeling? Hey, when are you gonna have that cough looked at? Stumpy, I hate to bring this up, but in movies or TV, a character never just coughs. It's usually a sign of something bigger. What? Slightly cloudy? Otherwise okay? Okay. See you later. We'll talk more after the episode, alright, Stumps? Just hang tight. Hell of a conversation, that Stumpy. So, what am I doing here this week, you might be asking? Well, I'm just about giving up on the Lay's Potato Chips Company to give us a brand new theme month this year. If you'll recall, for the last 3 years, I've been chasing around those miscellaneous snack chip flavored chips, you know, like the Cheeto and the Dorito and the Funyuns. And while I finally did get my hands on them in the end, you'll note that it was a 3-year process, and in those 3 years, Frito-Lay didn't offer up a single other promotion. What, do they just not believe in fun anymore? Or are they as sick as I am of people scalping their product? So, what does one to do to fulfill this quota? I mean, yeah, as I record this, it is pretty early in the year, but I think it's safe to say that Frito-Lay doesn't have anything planned. So I like to look at it as me taking a preemptive shot at a Lay's Do Us a Flavor contest. Instead of waiting with my thumb firmly wedged up my ass for them to get off their asses, I decided to wet my beak overseas and see what they're up to over there. And I found out that if you want unusual flavored potato chips, not just for promotions once a year, but all year round, you gotta pick up your bags, get on a plane, and hightail it over to Shanghai, Taiwan, all over Asia. You have never seen such weird, wild flavors of potato chips as my eyes have seen perusing that Shanghai catalog. Now, opinions may vary, but I was able to get it down to 4 contestants for the absolute strangest flavors that I've ever seen. And today on Limbo, Grub, we are not only going to find out which of these tastes the best, but we're going to use a unique new grading system to see which one of these flavors stands out as the most weird. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the Limbo Grub debut of the Wacky Weirdometer 2000! It operates very much like the sonic screwdriver does, only it judges to even finer detail. Not just on a meager scale of 1 to 5, but on a scale of 1 to 1,000! So this should make for a very unusual special here, ladies and gentlemen, and you know how I like to differentiate one episode from the next. I have a feeling that this is going to be one to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the battle for the weirdest Lay's flavor! And this epic special will need an equally epic soundtrack overlaid on the festivities. And this soundtrack, I find myself humming in the shower more often than not, voted across the board as one of the most rousing symphonic soundtracks of any video game in history. I give you... Taggin' Dragon! A delightful game about one dragon chasing after other dragons with the purpose of using their tails as a toothpick to pick the gunk out of his teeth. Yeah, look at that wonderful image. Isn't that great box art right there? It almost looks like something concocted by one of those AI programs gone completely wrong. If you play with those AI programs like I have, sometimes you'll just catch this weird phantom appendage just spearing into the frame from off frame. Similar thing happening here, just like, what the hell am I even looking at? It's a picture that I could just look at for days. Well, while I study this, let's move on to the first flavor.
Have fun figuring this one out, DJ Clive. Frito-Lay brings to you this most one-of-a-kind flavor, Myung Kam Krab Ross flavor potato chips. Named after the leafy southeastern snack popularized in Thailand, Laos, and Malaysia, this one-bite wrap promises dozens of individual flavors coming together in harmony to form one great big taste. What are these flavors, you ask? Better to let DJ figure that out for himself.
Myung Kam Krab Ross. Krab Ross? Isn't that guy who makes all the happy little trees? Well, at first glance, I really don't know what this is. Maybe I'll just read the back of it and see if they give me any indication. Oh, wait, I forgot. This isn't in English. When I think of Krab Ross, I see the word crab. I immediately think crab, so maybe it's some kind of seafood flavored potato chip. Wouldn't be the first time I had that. And I look at this bag and I see there's a little hint. There's a picture in the corner of the bag here, but the picture doesn't give me a whole lot of hints either. It's just a picture of many things. Anualalati. There's an English word here. It says exchange, and that will be my beacon of hope. It appears as if there's some kind of strange QR code on this bag. This will be the first time I ever tackled this on the show. But yeah, I'm gonna take a picture and hopefully it gives me a little hint of what this might be.
Safari cannot open the page because the address is invalid.
Well, how does this not win the contest if I can't even figure out what the hell it is? The only clue that I have is that there's a Wikipedia entry here on Myung Kam, which looks similar to what this is, but you will note that this is Myung Kam, which is spelled differently. But the only thing I can guess is that this might be the same thing. It says the name Myung Kam translates to one bite wrap. From Myung, food wrapped in leaves, and Kam, a bite. Myung Kam mostly consists of raw, fresh Piper sarmentosum, or Thai, kap. Oh, that's the wrapping. That's the plant that surrounds it. Okay. Leaves that are filled with roasted coconut shavings, and the following main ingredients chopped or cut into small pieces: shallots, fresh red or green bird's eye chili peppers. That's very specific. Ginger, garlic, lime, roasted coconuts, chopped or unsalted peanuts or cashew nuts, small dried shrimps. And as for Krab Ross, the best I could find is a translation on Google. It's original made as Thai appetizer dish wrapped by green leaves with various ingredients such as cabbage, lettuce, chili, peanuts, and dried shrimps, then put them all in one bite. So basically, Krab Ross and Myung Kam mean the same damn thing. If you want to school me on this, then so be it, but I give you fair warning. If you want to do the research such as I did, you're gonna have to wade through pages and pages of reviews of this Myung Kam Krab Ross potato chip. The actual thing that this is based on, that this is supposed to taste like, is buried in there. You can't find it anywhere because nobody's talking about it. It's the most obscure meal that you've ever even thought of. Maybe that's gonna make this a contender in the contest then. So what do you think is gonna jump out at us when we take our first sniff? Is it gonna be the shrimp? Is it gonna be the coconut? Is it gonna be the peanuts? Or is it gonna be nothing at all? I didn't count on it being the potato. Just smells like a regular chip. Looks like a regular chip. Let's see if it tastes like a regular chip. This is so freaking cool. I've never tasted a taste like this out of a potato chip in all of my life. It tastes like you're at a Thai restaurant eating very like peanutty sauce. The seafood with like a peanut dressing on it. Like that specific, it's hard to really put into words what that peanut sauce dressing, whatever you want to call it, tastes like, but it actually tastes a lot like that. I was a little bit worried about this one because there always is that one flavor that's trying to tackle too much. And this seemed like a prime contender for that title. I mean, you heard the definition that I gave of what a Myeong Kam Krab Ras is. You look at the bag, you will see all those ingredients. That is way too complicated a taste to try to nail, but for the first time ever, I can say that they nailed it. I have no idea how the heck they did it. People who are making flavors, get out a pen and paper and take notes because this guy schooled all y'all. I mean, when you take a bite, you don't taste just one thing. You taste a whole bunch of things coming together and making a taste, and all those things you taste are accurate to what a Myeong Kam Krab Ras is. When I take a bite, I definitely taste a hint of cabbage. I taste like coconut and shrimp. You definitely taste the peanut sauce, a little bit of ginger, chili peppers, and a tiny little smidge of lime on top. Those are the exact ingredients that you would find in this. So as a tasty treat, I'm gonna give this delicious bag of potato chips the score of 4.5 stars. Looks like it's gonna be another one of those contests, folks, where the first guy out the gate just shellacks his competition the whole way through. But hey, you never know, one of those other ones down the line might give it a run for its money. But let's not forget that this contest isn't solely about taste. Let's go consult the Wacky Weirdometer 2000! How weird would you say that this flavor is? This gets the grade of 683. Pretty lofty. But I think those other chips are more than capable of dethroning this one in terms of weirdness. But in terms of deliciousness, I say, without surcease! I say you go out and get yourself a bag of this. By hook or crook, you're gonna have to go through some weird avenues to get it. Maybe you have like some novelty corner store that sells, you know, Asian items or like exotic items from overseas. I definitely say you check this out. So let's move on to the next one and we'll see if we have another contender. Great music.
What lies asleep dormant within that shiny deep purple bag? Try a handful of Lay's Sukhothai flavored potato chips. These chips blend that unique Lay's taste with a blast of something extra, that of coconuts and curry, complete with a dash of that trademark Thai spice. Straight from your friends in Taiwan, this will bring you a new enjoyment that will satisfy your craving for chips.
If these bags of potato chips were all siblings, wouldn't this one right here be like the demented brother? Look at that footage again. Why is that bag leaning back so far? How is it defying gravity like that? Who does he think he is, Michael Jackson? And it's the Sheraton Grand Taipei Hotel brings to you Sukhothai potato chips. What is it, some kind of hot pot? Ooh, elephant meat! Nah, it's probably not that. Once again, I have no idea what this is, but this one happens to have a label in English to clue me in. Coconut curry flavor. Something similar to the last one, so that means it could be good too. And if we are to talk a little bit about the scale to which I am grading here, I am going to give this an extra half a point for the presentation of the bag. Of all the bags that we saw here today, this one is the most pleasing to the eye. It almost shimmers in the light. So if that means, if this tastes equal to that other chip that we just ate, we're looking at a 5-star rating! But it definitely ain't equal. I can't tell if I smelled this chip or my own armpit because it's such a weird, stale, salty smell. And you will see that these chips are actually ridgy, which gives it a leg up on the competition. As I put this thing up to my nose, I noticed that curry smell, which I happen to love very much. And you know the ridges in the potato chip, they're gonna bring that curry smell, which is already strong, out even stronger? Is it gonna be overload? It might be. There's only one way to find out. Curry is a weird spice. When you put it into your mouth, you don't notice it right away. It's got a little bit of a delayed reaction. And as you chew it, it starts to mix with your spittle a little bit. You can feel that heat slowly rising in the back of your mouth and the back of your throat. It bypasses the front of your mouth, it bypasses your tongue, which is especially strange. It just kind of like goes back into the back of everything and takes camp. I've noted that with other food products as a negative thing, but here, I think it's very positive. I mean, I could foresee myself enjoying a big bag of this, eating the whole thing in one sitting, I'm just basking in that taste and having it persist for the entire day. And as much as I rave about these potato chips, there are two little things that are standing in the way of it being perfect. Number one, it is clearly indicated on this bag. I say clearly. If you could, by hook or crook, read the font that is on this bag, you will see that this is supposed to be coconut curry flavored potato chips. I mean, people who could read the language, they're gonna see that, they're gonna expect to have that, they're gonna bump into this same problem. I didn't taste any coconut when I ate this. I mean, maybe, and I tend to think this, adding coconut to this would have ruined it. But still, you're expecting it, you're not getting it, that's false advertising, you gotta take points off for that. And number two, the taste itself is really dull. Now, I was ranting and raving about the curry spice that you feel in your throat. I still feel it in my throat, and the last chip that I had was like a half hour ago. I still feel that tingle in my throat. But that's the only taste that you're gonna get. And curry spice is barely a taste. Like I said, it bypasses your tongue, it ends up in your throat. What is there for your tongue to do? There's nothing for your tongue besides the slight taste of the potato chip itself. So for those reasons, I have to give this thing a grade of 3.5 stars. Still a very good grade. I would still plow through a whole bag of this, but it's not near as good as those other ones. But let's not forget, taste is not the only indicator in this contest. Let's go consult the Wacky Weirdometer 2000. What do you got? $420. Smoke them if you got them. I guess that means that as good as this flavor is, it's pretty damn forgettable. Let's move down the queue.
Imported from China, it's the Lay's roasted cumin lamb skewer flavored potato chips. These smoky chips do a perfect job in replicating the taste of this yummy delicacy. From the delicious gamey taste of lamb meat to the burny, charry, straight off the grill feeling, the only thing it doesn't perfectly replicate is the skewer. Enjoy the comfort in each delicious bite.
Straight from your friends at Shanghai, it's roasted cumin lamb skewer flavor. Lamb. Uh-oh. When I think of lamb, I think of gyros. And those gyro flavors, they never win the contest. It's such a light flavor that's hard to nail. I am not overly familiar with cumin seed, but I think that's a spice that's on the higher end of the taste scale, which means it's just gonna drown out the taste of any lamb that's there, and it's gonna end up tasting like a whole mouthful of nothing. I mean, there's only one way to find out, and that's to open this sucker, take a whip, and we'll find out together. Duh! Oh, of all the chips that I've ever eaten for this show, and this includes those truffle fries, which are supposed to simulate the taste of dirt truffles, this smells the most like poop that I've ever smelled. But not just any poop! It smells like flaming poop! Like the kind that somebody throws on your doorstep on Halloween! It might be one of those instances where all those smells from the interior of the bag just sock you in the face all at once. I mean, it still doesn't smell pleasant from here, but I'll put a chip up to my nose. I'll let you know if it smells any better. No. No. You see, I look at it two ways. Number one, not all delicious things smell good. I think, and almost immediately, I think of pineapples. I hate the way pineapples smell, yet I love the taste of pineapple juice. That's just the first thing I can think of. Maybe the same thing's happening here. And number two, if it does taste disgusting, it could still win the award for the weirdest flavor of potato chip because this is pretty damn weird. Well, I am curious as hell. Hard! What? This taste is hardcore. If you can endure this taste, you are a member of an exclusive club! I thought the flavor of the lamb was gonna get buried. It didn't. It's there. And it is wholly powerful. And equally powerful is the spice. It is very hot. It's almost an uncomfortable hot. I mean, not that it's like too hot for my mouth to endure. It's just a very special kind of hot. Very hard to put into words. It's a weird tasting hot. I'm not gonna say that they're bad, but these chips require you to pass an initiation. You have to really work at developing a palate to enjoy these. But once you start to enjoy them, they become pretty doable. But unfortunately, as I'm eating more and more of these things, the taste of the spice is kind of increasing. And that taste of the lamb that was so strong in the beginning is slowly disappearing. Kind of a failure. Which is why I say now that I've almost finished half of this bag, that if I were to compare this to anything, it tastes a lot like those Chesapeake Bay crab chips. And you're probably saying, hey DJ Vlad, what does that have to do with lambs? Nothing. It has nothing to do with lambs, but like I said, the more of these I eat, the less I'm tasting that lamb. I don't know if that's a problem with my taste buds or just that the spice is just way too strong and it's just like killing my tongue. If I were to give this a star rating, it's not horrible. I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. This snack is for tough guys only. I picture like Fat Tony and all his mobster buddies sitting around the table, drumming their fingers maybe on the table, and like guns in their holsters, cracking shelled walnuts in their bare hands like it's nothing, eating these chips, breathing in each other's faces. It's a disgusting smoke-filled room. That's the kind of atmosphere you're gonna get when you're eating these chips. But I would never call a mobster weird to his face. So let's look to the Wacky Weirdometer 2000 and see what kind of grade we get. That is an 800. That puts this firmly in the lead. It is sitting there and its butt is smushed in that seat. You can almost see thread marks in its bottom. It's almost like it screwed itself in there. It ain't moving anywhere. You know, as confident as I am that this is gonna run away with the contest as far as weirdness goes, did you see what's next coming down the pike? I have never seen a flavor like this. You wait till you see this flavor. It's pretty freaking weird.
Ornate snack is fitting of such ornate, pristine packaging. None other than Lay's Red Dates and Wolfberry chips. These Frito-shaped slices of heaven are lightly dotted with sweet fruit flavors and offer up a distinctly soft bite. There's a flavor so foreign, it will leave your mouth speechless.
So far, this song doesn't sound all that weird.
There it is.
You know by now that I can't read language. But wait till you hear what this translates to. It says, these are potato chips, red date and wolfberry are meal and walnut flavored. Red nut and wolfberry are meal? That's not a flavor, that's a sentence! I think the last time I tried to eat a date, I was in kindergarten. And I hated it, and I never forgot it. Nowadays, I don't even think about them, but when I see pictures of them on the internet, alright, that last one was a sea anemone. But could you really tell the difference? Wolfberry! What is a wolfberry? Wolfberries, otherwise known as goji, is the fruit of either Lycium barbarum or Lycium chinense, two closely related species of boxthorn in the nightshade family Solanaceae. I thought there was a slim chance, because I don't know what the heck a wolfberry is, I thought there was a possibility that this was called a wolfberry, but it wasn't actually a berry. It was something like, I don't know, it's happened before. I know there's some instance of it. I'm drawing a blank. Maybe like sweetbreads. A sweetbread is neither sweet nor bread. Head cheese isn't cheese. Do I need to bring up Rocky Mountain oysters? Man, if I could only get my hands on some of that for the show. Oh no, not like that, ew. Next time you go to a restaurant and you order some Albany beef, I hope you realize that you're not getting 90% lean chop meat. You're getting not only seafood, but perhaps the kind of seafood that nobody ever wants, sturgeon. I thought it had to be. I thought it absolutely had to be. But no, it is not. This is a fruit-flavored potato chip. Maybe, quite possibly, the only one of its kind. Does that qualify as weird? I definitely say so. Whoa! Well, I popped a cherry today. There are sensors in my nostrils right now that have never gone off till now. And these are the weirdest dang blasted potato chips I ever did see. I mean, you look at the bag, and the bag is actually accurate to what you're getting. These potato chips are all rectangular in shape. These were made in a mold. They were free-formed to be shaped potato chips. I've never seen anything like that in my life. That's very unusual. Does that make it weird? Maybe not. In a few short seconds, we will all find out how dates and wolfberries mix into a rectangular potato chip. Could very well be the weirdest sentence I've ever said aloud. What the hell is this? Not only is the taste lost in the deep, dark woods, but the texture, the feel of it, is something I've never had on this show. What the hell is it? It's like an airy potato chip. It's kind of like a soft kettle cooked. How does that exist? It's a freaking weird taste. It's got a hint of a light fruity taste in the background. Almost tastes like a fruit flavored cereal. Like a light fruit flavored cereal, kind of like a Trix. Only not near as strong. Almost as if you put the taste of a Trix into a Frito. Yeah, I definitely say that this qualifies as weird. I'm not exactly sure how tasty it is. Of all the chips that I've had on the show today, I would definitely rank this dead last. It's just too unusual. I mean, maybe you'll develop a callus to it after you eat a whole bunch of it, but then again, I picture that would be the way with many things, maybe even like Chinese water torture. It's always at its worst when it first hits you, but as you're eating more of it, it becomes more and more doable. I'm not really digging the soft texture of it. It's like the second it hits your teeth, it just crumbles and turns to dust. It's like when a moth flies up against a wall. I'm comparing this to moths. I'm comparing it to eating bugs. So if I were to give this weird snack a star rating, I mean, it's so freaking weird. And you know what? I would probably never ever eat this again. And you gotta keep in mind that when you buy a bag of this, the price is gonna be through the roof because it's imported from China. So bringing all that into account, I gotta give this the rating of 2 stars. There are bound to be people out there who are gonna wanna try this just for the sake of trying this. And I'm not gonna begrudge you that because this is a once in a lifetime experience. You are not gonna experience this anywhere else. But the thing that I just can't surmount, one thing about this that I just can't jive with is the texture of it. It's just so light and it tastes like stale Fritos, like Fritos that have been waterlogged and dried. They're so soft to the crunch. I don't know, it almost like gives off like the air of like the seaweed that you put around a sushi. Like, you know how there's dried sushi, like seaweed snacks out there? It has the same, almost the exact texture as those. And the weirdest thing about this is I don't taste any semblance of a potato chip at all. The potato has all out been de-rezzed. That's gotta qualify as pretty weird, right? So, Wacky Weirdometer 2000, do we have a winner in our midst? Whoa, that's a 901! We are looking at a most worthy pugilist, the one that I hold in my hand right now that you're seeing before you! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Battle of the Weirdest Lays! Alright, so I didn't read the owner's manual. Sue me. Does not compute? What doesn't compute? No. No freaking way! There is not a trace of potatoes in the ingredients! Meaning that this that I hold in my hands right here is a wolf in sheep's clothing! It has infiltrated the sanctity of this contest! This is not a potato chip at all! It certainly does explain everything, the way that it felt and crumbled in my mouth, the way that they're shaped. They don't look like potato chips, they don't taste like potato chips, they don't feel like potato chips, they're not potato chips! This instead is a thin wheat snack. That floats your boat. If that tantalizes you in any way, go out and buy it because it is really unique. It is really weird, but it don't belong here. It has that Lay's logo on it, so you just assume that it's potato chips, but they're not potato chips. They don't belong here. This was just a colossal waste of time. So because that little red upstart snuck into this contest like a hobbit inside a barrel, where does that leave us? Well, we got this one, #1 for most tasty, and this one, #1 for most weird. I wonder. Hey, Weirdometer 2000, is there any way we could come out with a balanced grade for the two of these and maybe have a decisive winner? Oh, it's doing something. I thought so. Ladies and gentlemen, they duked it out. They fought from pillar to post, from inflatable tubs of pudding to the lucky tap, from the fire level to the ice level to the desert level and back. If this were the WWE, the referee would surely be murmuring, "The eye is out, ring the bell." Boys and girls, your winner for the battle for the weirdest Lay's flavor in terms of weirdness and taste altogether is the Myong Kong Crab Ross flavor! It tastes like a whole mouthful of stuff, but unlike all the fruitcakes out there, it's all the right stuff. If you could find yourself a big bag of this, I would certainly recommend it. It's got all those tastes and more, not to mention a spice that sticks with you. I'll definitely be finishing this bag after I'm done filming here today. So this is your good buddy DJ Clive looking straight through the lens of the camera right at you folks at Frito-Lay saying, "Come on, what you got? Is that all you got? I'm here. I'm still standing. I'm ready for more. Give us another annual promotion, and I'll do another special. Or maybe take a tip from the folks across the pond to the east and give us a weird flavor or two, and have they just stick around for the long haul." It's your good buddy DJ Clive saying until next time, I'll see you in Limbo. And I think that's enough spice for me for one day. Where the hell is that heartburn medication? Man, this music! It's so good, isn't it?
Not only do I have the knowledge, but I am its inventor! I invented lots of things while in full control of my mental capacities currently littered around your domicile! The holographic projector? The intercom? One other secret project? Secret project? Secret project? Secret project? Secret project. Secret.